I'm here as well, Reg. If it's fine. I know PSJ really is the star of this show.
Okay.
Is there a category of people who slam bananas?
You know, I tried to start a club way back, but just never really held on. I think people misunderstood what I was going for.
It was a waste of food, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. But I feel like this is TI8 Game 5 for OG on the side of Nigma. What's your favorite hero to play this patch? What are you feeling like playing this game? Oh, Miracle, you played PL, you've been winning with it. GH, you got Shaker. You know, you got the Wind Ranger. It worked for OG, but I don't know if it's going to work here. A lot of teams this tournament at the start were kind of just picking what they thought was best for them, kind of ignoring the opponent, and that didn't really work from what I saw. I think RNG has a really well-rounded lineup, as well as heroes that are quite good against what Nigma has. They were talking about how Wind Ranger just gets doomed. It purges the Wind Run. There's no save for that, actually. You can't really peel the Lifestealer off of her once she gets doomed, unless you lasso him, which is just usually underwhelming because you're going to have like a Halberd. Queen of Pain, if you've ever played Batrider against that, super annoying, really hard to lasso, as well as like punishes you if you overcommit and die, or like don't get the lasso off. So I just really like what RNG is going for here, but I'm never going to discount the Miracle Peel because it's been doing wonders so far this tournament.
Yeah, as long as he can have a half decent start. We were talking in game 1 about the clock, right? Like, oh, Nigma have to win by this time. RNG feel like they've got to get another lineup where they're not under any level of pressure to really achieve anything. Maybe some good rotations from Setsu, but like, is there any weakness in the RNG lineup? And I'm focusing mainly on them because it feels like their draft is very simple to execute.
I mean, I think PL eventually does become the end-all be-all carry of this game. So if he does get there, I think that is the weakness they have. So far this tournament, it seems like the team that scales better into the late game does have the general advantage. Quap, you see, gets wrapped around by the Shaker, actually forced to steal Blink level 1. Not going to see that, but there is a 2v2 mid going on in the mid lane as well as top here.
GH just walks straight past them all. I was like, well, all right, cool. Guess this will be what happens.
Yeah, the team that naturally scales has seemed to won a lot the last few series, so with that in mind, even though I favor the RNG draft myself, they do have that going for them on the Nigma side. So that's really the only weakness I can see, is that they have the strongest hero in the game at 45 minutes plus on the Nigma side. But I think I really liked Lifestealer going into this tournament, and RNG is really the only team that's been using it. I really like the build that he goes for. He just goes no boots Javelin, and then sometimes like phase back into Maelstrom, or just straight Maelstrom depending on the game. You just attack so fast, make use of that. People have thought, hey, this hero does no damage, and he just solves that by going for the early Javelin, averaging 25 magic damage a hit. That adds up when you get free 200 attack speed from what they gave him at level 1, as well as the feast bonuses when you get to level 7.
Man, Courage really trying to make some issues for September, who's pulling the wave. He's only got Scorched Earth level 1, but hey, it's Scorched Earth level 1. Yeah,
you gotta
lost
make sure
one.
you redraw that aggro.
Meanwhile, GH is doing exactly the same thing on bottom lane. The only difference is, actually no, there is no difference, both Kuro and Super. Vice versa, there for the challenge.
Kind of have to play the dodge game. You're definitely at the disadvantage top against this Batrider. Neither of your two heroes, excuse me, can lane against the sticky napalm. And then in the bottom lane, Lifestealer just proven to be an obnoxious carry to lane against. Kind of like the old days where pretty much every offlaner just gets bullied. That Feast is too good to trade with, and I don't know, it's kind of funny that Lifestealer is not a hero I think just wins every matchup. Usually used to lose the Abaddon matchup, and now it just seems that RNG really knows how to enable this hero in the early game, part of why they're so good with it.
Yeah, she's sort of like, he's trying to curse him, and then second attack comes through, but all right, sure, I'll just rage and attack you straight back. He's having a pretty good time in mid lane, 12-3 versus 9-2, got a couple of extra creeps going his way as well. So it's close. Setsu's trying to get as much range harassment as possible, going for the 2 points up in his queue.
I think the fact that Quap was forced to skill the Blink because the Earthshaker was there level 1 is a big part of his early advantage. Nice fissure coming out from
Mind Control trying to hang in the middle of it too. Needed to get a couple of extra hits in towards Super. Now Monet just rages and stands his ground, so does GH as well as the entire Diacrete wave, but the Radiant one's gone the opposite direction.
Dire's bottom tower.
The thing about Lifestealer that I like a lot is all of his counters that are heavy single target right-clicking ranged heroes, the TAs, these Wind Rangers, you just buy Halberd. And it seems like it goes really well with Feast. It amps up the lifesteal now instead of giving you the damage. And I don't know, it's weird. He just has this natural item build. And I think any hero in any patch who has a feels good man item build in almost every single game At the end of the day, feels good, that patch, man.
Smooth use of words.
Thank you.
Definitely see why you're up there in the tier 1 casters. Flywin getting back to his tier 1 tower, forced all the way out.
The genuineness of that comment was palpable, Toby.
Right, he's still got 6 stacks of sticky napalm on him, Flywin. Flame Break's gonna burn pretty damn hard, and even if you're Underlord, you're not invincible. You don't control the underworld. GH looking for something of his own. Super. Oh, Fissure out, and the power shot super so low.
I think he figured out how to get rid of the sticky napalm charges. You can just die. He's actually
That's a guaranteed method.
He's maxing out the dagger, interestingly enough, 3 points in it. Usually co-ops in the past have just stopped at 2 points, so really looking for that lane dominance Setsu this game.
GH, Super hasn't left yet. And he doesn't have enough, actually he's got mango, so he can fissure if he wants to consume the mango. Nice fortification timing, making sure that the power shot does not get what it's looking for.
I actually like this 3 points dagger because a lot of times when you do this, it backfires because the opponent mid just goes and jungles, and then you just have 3 points dagger instead of Scream to clear creep waves. But Wind Ranger, not a hero that does that. So if you can really establish that dominance, force him to keep coming back to lane and eating these daggers, really good for co-op. Yeah, they're about even on CS, but he does double up the denies count, so he will be getting the XP lead, maybe looking to get that kill when he gets to level 6. See if RNG supports, look to rotate there.
Well, Baden's really trying to stay on top of Monet. GH just coming over, doesn't land the fissure. It's still going to be a 2-for-2 bounty rune trade-off. Monet feeling a little trapped in, but not that trapped. He's still going to rage up before the 4 hits can come in, and Mind Control is in a world of hurt. Super not leaving, he stays with GH. Even though they're both low, they both lend support to their cause, and Monet will always come out on top because he's a life stealer.
As you said earlier, you just rage when you get the 2 or 3 hits up, and Abaddon's favorable way of trading is nullified.
No, Flame Break again. This time 3 sticky napalm stacks up on him. Make it 4. And September, a lot more of an intimidating factor on the front line now. They dragged the Radiant Catapult off to the side.
Surprised he's queued up the Soul Ring. You shouldn't really have mana problems this early on in the laning stage because of how much you're getting from those stick charges from the Batrider Sticky.
GH trying to protect the room, but it's going to be top. September was up there with the grabbing the regen. Setsu would have really liked that. Because we was already moving off the lane and Setsu had no desire to move out. It does not get taken into the bottle of Setsu.
Very greedy support Doom, going for the 2 points Devour. Level 3. I think he did it because he got the attack speed creep as well as the efficient slow coming out from the Hellbear clap. It is very, like, it's 50 mana for, I believe, like 120 damage or something. It's very high efficiency for mana cost.
And Setsu's actually being forced back out of the lane for a bit. He's not going to lose that much CS. September will soak up the rest of it.
Probably just Devour the catapult as well.
Yep. Got it. Plus 76.
The new Mirana of this patch. Last patch, you always had the support Miranas just killing the catapults with arrow.
Mirana is always so much more interesting, though.
Oh, don't you love watching Doom every single game, Toby?
No. No, I don't. I really, really don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I sort of misunderstood that. That's why I didn't nerf him enough right before.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buff techies either. Yeah. That's my one for the day.
You always get one, Toby.
The Dire Observer was nice and deep. Mind Control is also quite deep. September and Super, 2 supports moving down to make sure this Abaddon does not have a free game with...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.